Midwest Music Fest is back and bigger than ever. 60 performers in 2 days, September 16th and 17th. See S. Carey, Field Report, The People Brothers Band, Night Moves, Dead Horses, Dosh, Gold, and so many more. Find tickets and your new favorite band at midwestmusicfest.org. Get outside in Pepin County. Pack up the family and visit the childhood home of Laura Ingalls Wilder. Sail on Lake Pepin, bike the Chippewa River State Trail, hike up Maiden Rock, and throw a line in a trout stream. Sign up to win a vacation at visitpepincounty.com. The Alpine Inn Fall Rock Fest is coming October 8th, with no cover charge and a free shuttle to Bennett O'Reilly's, plus yard games and an outdoor bar. Enjoy a full day of music with Jen Wilder, Overplayed, and the Greedy Volunteers. Check out the Alpine Inn on Facebook for more information. We pulled up a chair with the band Fénix Dion. We talked about formation, their influences, and the creative processes for its most recent music videos, Morals Might Bite and Mama Say. We also find out what's coming down the road for this talented and energetic band from the cities. You can see Fénix Dion live during Midwest Music Fest, September 16th through 17th. You can find more conversations, food reviews, live music, and events on our website, lacrosselocal.com. I'm Amy.
And I'm Brent.
And this is Lacrosse Local.
Thanks for having us, Brent. It's good to be on the podcast, and hello to Lacrosse as well. My name's Sam, and I'm 28, and I play drums behind this guy in Fénix Dion.
And the guy that he plays behind is Keston Wright. I'm 26. I'm from St. Paul, and I rep that pretty hard. And yeah, music has kind of always been there. I can't imagine a time where I wasn't playing or singing or writing or doing something revolving around music.
I was just checking out one of your live sort of videos that's online, Morals Might Bite, and then you have the new one that came out a few days ago. You talked about a variety of different bands playing at the Ice House. What kind of led to the formation of this band?
A pandemic and a lot of time off and a lot of things changing and trying a new vibe. And Sam and I were making a heavy record that was a lot more rock based already and kind of brought us back to our younger days of playing heavier music in Dinkytown and basements and the pop punk scene, emo scene. We came across a track called Sugar that I wrote in a few days, and it kind of leaped us into this whole new headwind of just getting ideas and trying to keep up with them and writing them down, recording them and getting them together. And then Mark Gehring, who's known me for a long time and has helped me through certain projects, was really excited about pulling something really special from what we've created. He was like, get a live band together, I'll get you some shows and we'll get you guys rocking. And we haven't really stopped since.
It sounds like you've been in a number of bands, each one of you guys. Do you take any certain influences to this band in particular, or is it all kind of a culmination of, stuff in your past?
For me, most of my writing has a strong 70s R&B influence. Al Green, Otis Redding, Bill Withers. Those are the emotions I'm trying to have emanate through our music. However, my guitar playing style is pretty diverse because I've had to play for so many different groups, and those different groups that I'm playing for definitely influence the styles and the ideas that I come up with, as well as keeping up with the times and feeling what's relevant, but at the same time making sure that we're creating something different and interesting within the fuzz of the current day industry.
The fuzz.
As mentioned earlier, you've had a number of music videos come out, including Mama Say, Morals Might Bite, which came out a few days ago. Kind of an interesting sort of dynamic between those two videos. How did the visuals in that come together, like from Mama Say to the more narrative storytelling in the Morals Might Bite?
I'd say in a nutshell, Keston trusted me to take the creative direction and kind of dive into my disturbed and chaotic creative brain, and trusted me to handle Mama Say. That was an effort pretty much all on my part. I hunkered down for 2 or 3 weeks and busted out that stop motion styled music video for those of you who are listening who haven't seen it. So handled that myself. And then Morals Might Bite, on the other hand, we kind of switched roles, and I trusted Keston to handle kind of the director's role on Morals. So screams like a bad dream is wrapped into your scene. Oh, just so you know, your morals might bite. Kind of in a nutshell, the distinct difference between the two. And I love how different they are. I think it's really cool to only have 2 videos out right now, and they are very on different sides of the spectrum. So it's cool.
The Mama Say one, to go from that to just the new video, you know, it seemed a good juxtaposition in terms of what your music may be like. It seems like there's a lot going on there.
I'm just not a fan of normal music videos. So when I got the opportunity to make a short film, essentially, I was like, I'm making an urban Western with a super goofy protagonist who everybody like is not really a fan of, because he's really annoying and he's supposed to be really stupid in the end. What he is, he makes really bad decisions. I was really excited to do something over the top and too much and stress myself out along with everybody else who I asked to be a part of the situation. And with Mama, it was very much, I trusted that Sam's perspective of the track as well as the art that he creates were just very symbiotic, and it worked out perfectly, I think.
Tell him what film you mainly.
Oh, yeah. So we based a lot of the stuff in the Morals Might Bite music video off of No Country for Old Men, in terms of just like, I wanted a little bit of that, a majority of that, really still shots, really impactful, really emotional, just with like camera work and color and all that jazz. And the man on the run kind of story with a briefcase and all that jazz. Also bringing my humor and idiocracy to the whole thing. It was super fun to make. It was not super fun to edit.
Yeah. So in terms of live shows, you guys are going to be playing Midwest Music September 16th through the 17th. What can people expect from your live shows? I mean, you know, you got the whole band thing going on the live video here. Mm-hmm. What is it like when people show up to a show for you guys?
Well, we kind of have 2 different versions currently. We have the full band version that is 2 electric guitars, an acoustic guitar, keyboard, percussion section, aux percussion section, and then Sam on drums. And we try to really change up the music as much as possible, so it's not like you're coming to see a homie press play. We stay away from tracks, even though bands everywhere are using them in all different types of genres. Even the more DIY grassroots guys are still using tracks to fill up space. And I just love the idea of throwing 12 dudes on stage and having a party on stage to evoke a party off stage. It's something I really appreciate and will always try to do. We try to keep it high energy and keep them flowing all the way through, a very theatrical and hopefully engaging. I hope people feel obliged to engage with us. There have been a few times where we've definitely had great crowds, and there's been a few times where we got a bunch of Minnesotans just kind of looking and staring, which definitely happens. And then we've got the 4-piece that we'll be bringing to Midwest Music Fest with Lars Olsen, who's helping us out with guitars. And I think that's probably it is stripped down, but with the musicianship that we bring to it, it's still really full and really exciting. And that set's always a little bit more chaotic and very, that's just, yeah, that sets a lot of fun to play.
It was very raw,
Mm-hmm.
strong energy.
Yeah.
I'd say my answer to your question would be it's different editions, it's different variations of the original songs, which I think we'd prefer.
Mm-hmm.
I'd
Totally.
understand if people who actually know the music were to come to the gigs and be slightly disappointed, I guess, because our mission isn't to totally replicate, like Keston said, the original sound, but instead, as musicians who really, really like to play live. I mean, I
We get to
personally
have some
consider
fun.
myself more of a performer than a musician, honestly. We can't help but take advantage of that opportunity that continues to happen consistently, gig to gig. We can't help ourselves but take advantage of being able to go on stage and enjoy ourselves, and hopefully naturally in turn the audience enjoys themselves as well.
So have you guys been to La Crosse or the area or the band shell, which you guys are playing the band shell, probably one of the first bands on the Friday, September 16th, brand new band shell. Have you been there before?
No, I don't
That's
think.
nice to hear.
No, I don't think I've ever actually been to lacrosse.
I was somewhere close to La Crosse. It was some bird rescue sanctuary.
Nice.
Yeah, very nice. Worth mentioning. That's why I'm doing it. I wish I knew the name so I could plug them right now. But yeah, my answer is the same as Keston's, and I have had no business in La Crosse until September 16th. So
Mm.
Well, I think you'll be pleasantly surprised with the view and the space that you'll be inhabiting.
Very cool.
wonderful.
So what are you guys excited for the next couple of years? Is there anything coming down the road
Years.
that you're
Oh my
particularly
God.
pumped?
I can't even think
Can you
that far
last
ahead.
can you last a couple of
I can't
years or
even
what?
think that far ahead.
How
Man,
about 3 months?
the
Three
right,
months.
yeah, okay. So the next 3 months, the goal would be great to get back into more of a studio vibe and create some more things. I feel like I'm in a place where I have some things to say again. It's also great to know that we actually have a record that can finally come out and be released, and that people can listen to it, and people can listen to all the different variations of what comes out of the two of us, Sam and myself.
And that should be
uh
end of October, I believe, is when we can finally drop that
yeah,
album.
and we've just been sitting on it waiting for it to be a thing that people can actually get their hands on. That's probably what I'm most excited for sure. Because yeah, just this how these things work, how you wait to release, and you're throwing out content and creating buzz and getting these people to listen to it, and yeah, all this stuff that I'm really bad at because I don't have the patience for. That's what we've been sitting in for the last 8 months to a year, waiting for this record to come out.
So, kind of speaking of that, where can people find out more for all those new videos, updates, new album things? Is it Instagram, Facebook, website? What's the best avenue?
I was gonna say we, but it's more so me. Because like Keston said, he doesn't have the patience for all that hoo-ha. And I can't blame him. He uses the patience he does have for more responsible and legitimate things. But anyway, I would say Instagram's the best and most fresh outlet to keep up with us. I try and update that pretty frequently with a variety of things. But we also have a website, phoenixdion.com, a Twitter that's pathetically untouched and covered in dust and cobwebs. But if more people follow it, maybe from the podcast, I'll try and work with it a bit more. But yeah, I'd say we've got all the basics, but I'd say Instagram in particular is kind of our chosen platform. So I would say Instagram
I'd
at
say if
Fénix
anything,
Dion.
follow us on the locals too, or the individuals too, because that if you're really trying to catch a vibe of what we're all about, you can discover some really funny sides
Well,
of us.
tell them your personal one then.
Am I allowed to use like borderline foul language on this thing?
Yeah, do whatever you
Oh,
need.
okay. I have an Instagram called Booty Spit, which it's my first Instagram in like 3 years. Then that's where I get to actually be myself on the internet. It's just a bunch of goofy, horrible things that I find in the world. Nothing too graphic, nothing too crazy, but just like weird food that's advertised, and weird people and weird animals, and just weird things that can come across your daily life. It's a fun time.
And then mine's a little more PG and it's at Sammy Bramble, both those are the Instagrams for both myself and Keston. So that Keston's right. That would be another way to stay in the loop with Fénix Dion, as well as a variety of other things that you can find out if you choose to follow, I suppose.
Lacrosse Local Podcast is a production of River Travel Media. Do you have an interview idea you'd like to share with us? Message us on Facebook at Lacrosse Local. Find out more about us at lacrosselocal.com, and you can subscribe to the Lacrosse Local Podcast on your favorite podcast app. If you like us, rate us 5 stars. We appreciate it.